Okay, my name is Jordan. I have been doing Plexus products, y'all, for a long time. Okay, I've been doing Plexus products for a really long time, like years, like 7 years by now. But I was not always this confident. I was not always this excited about Plexus. In fact, I remember seeing my friends post about Plexus, and I was like, "Get your voodoo pink drink away from me." And now I've been doing it for 7 years, and I'm very grateful for it. But it definitely took me a minute. And so that's kind of the goal here, y'all, is just to make a very casual space for y'all to just learn more about what Plexus does, what these ladies and these guys, like what products they use, why I've been doing this for 7 years, why so many of these girls have been doing it for so long. And then also how to make $300 to $500 if that is something that you want to do in a week, which is very, very easy to do here. So let's get started really quick. I'm going to share, I'm going to just ask these guys some questions, and I want y'all to just hear what they have to say. And if you have a question during this, just drop it in the chat and we will get it answered. Okay. So the first one I want to ask is, why did you start Plexus? I'm going to start. I want you guys to be dropping why y'all started Plexus. If you are on Plexus currently, drop it in the chat. Why did you start? And then I'm going to call some of you guys out to answer that for everybody. But y'all, for me, when I started, I was having some major GI issues. And this is we talk about bowel movements a lot here because a lot of people struggle with it. In fact, like 30% of women struggle with this, if not more. And that was me. I was not going to the bathroom. It was terrible. I would miss like really fun things. Like I remember one Saturday, my friends were all getting together for dinner, and I literally sat in the fetal position all day trying to go to the bathroom because I wanted to go out. And I ended up going, I didn't eat, and then I ended up leaving early. And it just really was not fun. And so I reluctantly started Plexus after 2 years of watching my friend. Don't do what I do. Okay, not smart. 2 years of watching her. And within 1 week, after years of being constipated and having bloating and heartburn and all these things like PCOS that I just could not even explain these mystery symptoms, 1 week I was going to the bathroom every day. And then within 3 months, I was losing inflammation and my clothes were fitting better postpartum. 6 months, I was off of my allergy medications. Like all of this stuff was happening to my body and I felt good again. Haley Ross, I saw that you said anxiety. Do you just want to share just like a little snippet of that in case somebody here is struggling with that too?
Sure. I started just for postpartum anxiety. I've been on the products for 2 years. I had a friend doing it and I was like, I'll try. And honestly, within like 2 weeks, my anxiety was lower and I was feeling better. And my those postpartum thoughts and anxiety, like that just takes over. It was with my first baby, was gone. And now I would not be without Plexus ever because I'm an anxiety ridden person, but not now that I have Plexus, thank gosh.
Yeah, for sure. And then I also, Katie, I don't know if anybody here is like, oh, I'm healthy. Oh, this is Miller, by the way. He's my 3 month old. Um, I, if anybody here feels like, well, I don't really know if I need Plexus, Katie is your girl. So, Katie, can you share a little bit about, oh, you're driving. Can you share, or are you afraid you're going to get stopped by the police?
I'm good. I'm on my street in like 2 seconds.
Okay.
Yeah. So I started to support a friend, but also I was like, I'm already doing all the things. Like I legit was like drinking apple cider vinegar, eating handfuls of kale. I was doing all the things. And so I didn't really think that anything that I would do in a supplement form would actually work or make me feel better or anything. But while I was doing all the things, I was also like eating handfuls of Skittles because I like craved sugar so bad. And so it was this like terrible cycle for me. And so when I got started, I noticed absolutely nothing in the first like 60 days. And then at the end of my third month, I started to notice like that I was actually starting to like not even think about sugar anymore. And I could tell that my body was like finally getting to a point where I was actually filling the nutritional gaps, and healing my gut rather than like, you can only do so much of kale and all the good things, which I still do. And it's part of my toolbox, but it was not until I started Plexus that I actually started to notice small changes added up to be huge.
Yeah, for sure. And I don't know about y'all, but like I didn't notice a ton of changes my first month. I noticed little changes and it just got bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And that's why consistency is so important here because this is not, we're not handing you an antibiotic that's like that, right? Like this is naturally healing your body. It takes a minute. Okay, I have two more. One, Amanda Perry, are you able to share about your PCOS experience in case somebody here might be struggling with that?
I am. So I have PCOS and I wasn't having regular cycles. And I was getting regular migraines when I was getting my cycles. And so I finally started Plexus a little over a year ago. And I have had regular cycles ever since. And I, knock on wood, I hate even saying it because I don't want them to come back, but I haven't had a migraine since I've been on Plexus. So it's been a
Yes.
huge game changer for me.
I love that. And I think I know Lauren is on this call too. Like I know that she had some crazy issues with blood sugar. So if you are somebody with PCOS, you are in good company because there's lots of us that actually started for that same reason. Christy, anybody here ever struggle with menopause or your mom struggles with menopause or somebody you know is talking about their hot flashes? Yeah, you need to meet Christy really quick. Christy, will you share your experience and also your background? I feel like your education background in nutrition is really important.
I'm Christy, and I'm a nutritional health coach. And so I'm like Katie, I was kind of doing all the things, eating healthy. And I was seeing an integrative gynecologist, and nothing was helping. And so my hot flashes were getting worse. I was having them 24/7. Um, Night sweats, wasn't sleeping. My sister-in-law came for a visit and she was taking Plexus products, and I just thought it was for weight loss, which I did secretly want to lose weight, and she looked great. So I thought, I'm going to give this a shot. And little did I know, with probably in a couple of weeks, my hot flashes were getting better. My night sweats were getting better, and I was starting to sleep. But like y'all, I didn't really start noticing like big changes until like 2 to 3 months in, as far as like weight loss and things like that. So, and I've been taking it for 2.5 years now, and I don't want to go back. So,
And what products do you take, by the way?
I take the Triplex, which is the Slim, and then the BioCleanse Pro Bio 5, and then I take Vital Biome, and that's the first products I took, and then I added X Factor Plus.
Yeah. In case y'all are new here, Vital Biome is like a natural happy pill, and it is
Yeah.
one of my favorite for postpartum girls. I know Denise Rowe is on here. I wish y'all could see her pictures. She had really crazy psoriasis, and when she added in Vital Biome to her main three, it was like the extra probiotic enzymes that just like helped her skin. And so I just love that so many of these products, even though they have like here's what they do, like they help other things and they heal other areas. And I just feel like that's way cool. Anybody, Christy just mentioned weight loss. Does anybody on this call have a goal of losing weight in the next 6 months? I'm just curious. I would love to see in the chat if you do, just put like a yes or a yeah, or if you want to just be like incognito, you can put a number one. But I would love to know who here has a goal of losing weight in the next 6 months. I know I do. I just had my fourth baby, and I would love to kick the extra weight. So if you have lost weight on Plexus, can you just unmute yourself and just tell me a little bit about that for you? Like maybe how much you've lost, what products you take. Yeah, if you've lost weight, would you just unmute yourself?
So, I started a little bit over a year ago. I'm Amber, by the way, and I started right after having a full thyroid removal. And weight is something I struggled with for a while. And within the short, I think it's been exactly like a year and 4 months, I have lost 80 pounds.
My girl. She
And
really actually is
I
my girl.
started with, I also took anxiety medicine. So I started with the Triplex, X Factor Plus, because it was very important to me to get some weight off. And I also started with the Vita Bloom and was off of my anxiety medication completely within my first month.
Yep. I love your story so much. I'm so grateful for your story. Who else? Who else has lost weight here? I know I have lost baby weight 3 times. And I remember my first pregnancy, I could not get it off. And that's actually one of the reasons I started Plexus. I wanted to lose baby weight and I needed to go to the bathroom. And so I feel like losing baby weight is just not as hard now. My body works for me, not against me, and it's kind of great. Who else?
Okay, well, I did not lose 80 pounds, but I can tell y'all that all through high school and college, I was like very disciplined. Like, I specifically remember taking cans of raw tuna and bags of broccoli and bags of spinach, like to high school to eat lunch because I was so concerned about my physique and the way I looked. All my friends were eating McDonald's. Like, that was me to a T, taking my frozen chicken, taking my frozen broccoli, meal prepping everything, being super strict, like no condiments, no cheese. I can't have a snack here. I can't add this in my day here because I counted every single calorie. I worked out every single day. I was truly a slave to trying to lose weight. And it was like the most exhausting state of mind to like wake up and look in the mirror and hate everything that I saw after killing myself at the gym every single day. So what I can tell you today is I've had 2 kids now. I am about, on average, about 10 pounds lighter today than I was all through high school and college. And I wear several sizes smaller. Like, I'm a size 4 or 6 now, and all through high school and college, I was a size 8 or 10. And I don't try like even a percentage, like not even a fraction of the effort that I did then. I have a relaxed diet. I work out when I feel like it, and it just truly is so freeing of the mind, and I'm so grateful for it.
And Chandler, what products do you take? Because I'm sure there's people that are like, okay, well, I want that. So what products do you take?
So I take like everything now, but when I first started, because budget was so tight, I started with Triplex Microbiome. And then I added in our lean vegan formula. I got off all dairy and I got off all gluten because I had PCOS. And so I was really trying to tackle inflammation like right away. And so the vegan formula worked really, really well for me. And I actually still use it today.
Yeah. Okay, and I have one more question about products because I don't know about y'all, but I was on prescriptions before I started Plexus. And let me just preface this with this. I am not telling you Plexus is going to like magic wand all the things going wrong in your life or with your body. But I know for me, I was able to get off of Nexium for heartburn. I used to have Tums in every bag, every bag I owned, and I haven't touched my Tums in years. And I also used to do not Metamucil. Oh my gosh. I just thought, y'all know Miralax. I used to do Miralax almost weekly and it was so nasty. And I remember I had to do a colonoscopy. This is TMI, but when I had to go do my colonoscopy when I was in my early 20s, they had me do a whole bottle of Miralax in one day. And I did not go to the bathroom for almost 3 days after that. It was awful, awful. And I'm like, where was BioCleanse during all this? So anyway, is anybody else here off of prescription? Just if you just want to like unmute really quick and be like the name of the prescription and what it did, like just tell me. I'm so curious to know.
I was taking at one point 5 migraine medications. I was taking the sumatriptan injectable, sumatriptan PO, topiramate. There was a monthly one that was injectable, and then there was one other one, I can't remember the name of it. But literally within, I have just gotten off of my last one. I had tapered down. I've been taking the Plexus products for 3 years now, and I had tapered off of 3 of the 5 within the first 6 months. And then I just now got off the last one about 4 months ago. And I have not had a migraine since, and I used to get 20 plus migraines a month.
Oh my gosh, I did not know that about your story. That is incredible. I did not know that. Thank you for
Yep.
sharing that.
Mhm.
Who else? Okay, that's way better than my Miralax, okay?
Okay, I have a quick snippet about Adderall. I was on it for when I was in PT school, got off of it when I was trying to get pregnant, but then I was always having like concentration issues, obviously things like that. And so after I had my baby, I didn't want to get back on it. And what I've noticed through Plexus is there's 2 products that have really helped me with focus, and it's either Active or Metaburn. And those both, I mean, sometimes I don't really take them together, but it just depends if I want to drink something or take a capsule. But they both help me with focus. And I notice it a lot like in documentation at work and just focus with tasks like at home. So yeah.
Taking notes. Yes, that. And Marissa, do you want to share really quick about yours? Because I think that's so important.
Yeah. So I, for years and years growing up, always had cystic acne, like the worst. Like if you saw pictures of me in my early years of high school, you literally would not even recognize me. Just like swollen, red, inflamed, like literally hurt to touch. When I started having kids, like that part was so hard. Your kids want to touch your face all the time. And I would literally be in tears because they would touch my face. And it was literally so painful. I did several rounds of Accutane in high school and after high school, which probably just destroyed my gut. But like I was so like desperate for something, and I had tried all of the antibiotics, again destroying my gut. Didn't know that then. All the creams, the microdermabrasions, literally spent so much money on skincare. I was not expecting clear skin from Triplex at all. I literally was just like, I'm going to try this. I also started for anxiety like Haley. And I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh my gosh, my skin is soft. I haven't had pimples in like forever. I literally was thinking of this the other day. I'm like, I don't even know the last time I've had like a cystic pimple, like that painful, big swollen like thing. If you know it, you know it. Anyway, it has literally changed everything. And now I just use Triplex and the cleanser. And I save so much money.
Yeah. And you may have already said, you said Triplex and the cleanser, right?
Yes, I do love the day and night serums too. They're awesome. So,
Okay.
but I don't do a lot. Like that's it. Like little wash, done.
Yeah. Well, and if you guys are on here and you're newer to like learning what all this is, I want y'all to go ask the person that invited you to this, what is Triplex? Like all these people keep talking about Triplex. What is it? If you started with the Triplex or in Triplex plus something, raise your hand. Like I would say the majority of us did. So you need to know what the Triplex is. They will tell you. We're gonna segue into this because here's the deal, you guys. Plexus works. The products work. It took me 2 years to finally do it, but once I did, I saw lots and lots of changes in my body that I honestly did not know I was going to see. And so when it came time to want my products not just paid for, but get my husband on products and my kids on products, could not afford that, if I'm just being very blunt with you. And we needed to make a little bit of income in order to get my other family members on these products. So that is where sharing started for me. I started simply because I wanted to get my other family members on this. And all I did, y'all, was share a few posts about what this does, how it's helped me, how it helped the person that invited me, and I just shared. And within 3 months, we were paying our mortgage payment with our Plexus paychecks. And that was a massive blessing that I did not expect. And so I wanted to segue into this just a little bit in case some of you guys are like, yeah, I would love to get my products paid for, or yeah, I would love to make an extra $5, $10, $20, $30,000 a month. Yes, I said a month because that is what people that are on our team make. People that are above me, people that have signed me up and taught all of us how to do this, all make really dang good money, you guys. And I don't know about y'all, but I know people go to bed worried and stressed about their health and stressed about finances. And this has helped us with both. And so therefore I will talk about this in both ways because it has been a blessing to us. So my next question to you guys is, why are you thankful for this income? And I would love to, Allie, are you here? Do you want to share?
Yeah, I can share. Okay, my name's Allie. I just want to talk about the most current blessing that my Plexus income has been for me and my family. My husband worked in the oil field. He was laid off about 3 weeks ago. But thanks to Plexus, that has actually filled that gap for us financially. I'm a teacher. We make a good living, but teachers aren't, the richest people ever. So Plexus has really kind of bridged that gap for us in our finances in the past month. so much so that my husband hasn't had to go take a really crappy temporary job just to make ends meet. We're able just to live off of my income right now, and that's just been amazing. He's able to reevaluate what he truly wants to do, and so Plexus is kind of becoming the vehicle for us to find our passions without having to stress about what the dollar amount is at the end of the day. So yeah, it's been great.
Yeah, I kid you not. When I asked her that, I had no idea that her husband had just been laid off. That thank you, Allie. Okay, Allie, I have one quick question for you because that sounds great. Like everyone here is like, yeah, that's awesome. But like, were you hesitant to get started? And like how did you get started? Was it scary? Like what was the first couple steps you did?
Yeah. So Haley Ross is my very best friend. She's also my sponsor, and it took her a solid year to actually get me to do this. My husband took the products for a long time, and she was like, just do it. And I was like, okay, I'll take the products, but I don't want to pay for them. So how do I pay for them? And so I shared post. I called my mom. She didn't want to do it. So I was like, okay, that's fine. So yeah, I think just putting myself out there at first and just saying, hey, this is working for me. I feel great. It's like kind of like Jordan. I couldn't go to the bathroom. I had a newborn and hemorrhoids were for real. So I kind of just shared my story, and when you're relatable, I guess it just, I don't know, makes it easy. Just be a human. Don't make it weird.
And when you're relatable, and also your goal is just to help people. And we all know that about you. So, and that's what happens when you feel good. You want to help others. Okay, Haley, do you want to share? Are you on here? Russ?
Yes, I am. Sorry. I thought my
That's
mute
okay.
was off.
No, that's okay. Why are you
Um,
thankful for the income? Haley Ross, y'all, her next rank actually is a free car, so it's maybe a little bit different, but it's possible, and now you get to hear from her.
I'm actually, I can just talk about right now. We have two babies, and obviously one of them is in daycare and the other one is not yet. But daycare is expensive, y'all. It is so, so expensive. And I have so many friends that are like, oh my gosh, I just like daycare is expensive. I don't know how I'm gonna pay for it, things like that. And like I'm just thankful that my Plexus pays for daycare, it pays for our mortgage, and then our other jobs just pay for like, I mean, everything else and savings. But honestly, just having the extra, like we bought a house and we've been able to do all the renovations up front and not having to do like crazy take out of savings and do the things. And yeah, this is my it will be 2 years for me in November, and I will never look back. It's been the best and biggest blessing, and it's a lot of fun helping others find financial like success and also just feeling better. So
Yeah. Well, and this is kind of a good segue into my next question, and we're almost done, you guys. I promise this will be under 30 minutes. 5 minutes. We got this, okay? And everyone I know looking at me thinking, wow, Jordan is ending a call in under 30 minutes, but it is happening. So, my next question, because here's the thing, y'all, we talk a lot about the income, which is truly a blessing here, but our team is one of the fastest growing teams in the entire company, in the entire world with Plexus. And we have some of the coolest people. I'm not even kidding. Like they're way cooler than me. And it is way fun to do life with them. And as you can see on this call, we have everybody from 20-year-olds all the way up into the 60-year-olds and probably more, but I'm not going to disclose ages. So with that being said, I would love to kind of hear from you guys. How have the trips filled a gap for you? If you have been on a Plexus trip, like what was that like for you? What gap has that filled for you? I'm going to share mine really, really quick. So I will never ever forget my very first Plexus trip because we had two babies and my husband and I had stopped dating. We didn't have the money to date. We just honestly, we forgot how to communicate. Every time we went on a date, we were talking about poopy diapers and bills, and it was not fun anymore. We had stopped dating and having fun together. And my very first Plexus trip we ever earned, they sent us to Arizona by ourselves, gave us $500 in cash and said, have fun. And that was like literally it saved our marriage. We needed that time together desperately. And we would have never booked something like that on our own. We learned how to talk again. We had fun. My husband got to go to the corporate office for Plexus. And then all of a sudden he was like way excited. He was like, let's be millionaires. Let's do this. Like he was like on fire to just support me in doing this. And so anyway, that Plexus trip genuinely was a marriage saver for us. I know Katie and Chandler, do y'all want to talk about y'all's experiences with the trips really quick? And if y'all have been on a Plexus trip, I want you to put it in the chat so people can see like where you've been, what fun you had. Like, go ahead and share it in the comments.
I'll go first. So my first Plexus trip was actually Emerald Extravaganza, and I had no idea what to expect. My husband and I like rolled up, and it was so bougie. Like I was like, oh my gosh. Like I mean, I can be a little bougie, but I was like actually blown away at all the details. My husband's like, oh my gosh, they even have like it logoed on the bottom of like the hotel desk, like literally everything. And we were just blown away the whole entire trip, at the level of just how over the top the trips were. But the biggest change I think in me and in my relationship with my husband and everything, and the way that everybody around me saw Plexus as like a vessel to like make change, that really happened in the trip, in on that trip and on other trips, is like that vision casting piece for those around you, right? And so now I have people being like, you're going on another trip, and I'm like, heck yes I am, and I'm not paying for it, right? And so it's really cool for other people around you to be able to see like the possibilities, because a lot of times it's like you might be a stay-at-home mom thinking like, I don't ever get out of my leggings and my oversized sweatshirt, and like I just can't even imagine that. And then you see other stay-at-home moms doing that, and you're like, oh, that's freaking awesome. Or like me, I'm a teacher, and so it's like I never thought that I would ever be able to go on a trip like in November, but like I get to now because of Plexus, right? And so it's really cool to be able to vision cast for your like people in your life, like those everybody around you. So yeah, they're amazing.
Where's your next trip, Katie?
I'm leaving in, what is it, 1 week? I'm leaving to go on a cruise to Wabadi.
Free
And
cruise.
then right after that,
Free.
after cruise, yes, free cruise. And then right after that, in February, we're going to Punta Cana. Did I say that right, Brittany Duke? Okay, good. Maybe. Okay, she laughed at me. That counts. Okay, yeah. So it's wild. It's so fun.
Yeah. Chandler, what about you? Chandler is a fun-loving individual. She used to be in corporate sales, and she was like, oh no, like I'm not going to sit at a desk the rest of my life. And now she's here. So Chandler, what about the trips for you?
I knew you were going to nominate me for this question because I made the comment, I think it was after my first Emerald Extravaganza trip, I made the comment to my mom that if Plexus only paid me in trips, I would be satisfied. Like, screw the income, screw the gifts, just send me on 4 or 5 free trips a year. Life is made. I'm good. We can eat ramen noodles at home. So like Jordan said, I came from corporate sales. So when I was like relocated to the Dallas-Fort Worth area, never lived here before. I had 0 friends. I knew my boyfriend at the time, now my husband, and my sister. And that was like the extent of my social group. So I worked from home. I was on my own. I didn't have a local team. And so I truly had no friends. So like I had to start fresh with church, friend group, everything. So for me, Plexus was like a reason for me to be extroverted. Like I'm already very social, but it gave me a platform to like want to network and want to like grow in my social group, because I wanted more fun people doing this with me. And so that totally changed the dynamic of my week to week, because like I was going out of my house with intention. But also like I was meeting some incredible women. Like I knew what I was looking for in a prospective business builder. I knew that I wanted a woman of like integrity, of faith, somebody that liked to have fun, who was confident. And I was like, honestly, I was looking at my back office today, and like more than half of my team were complete strangers before Plexus. Like I met them through social media or like randomly at the park. And we started that friendship and that relationship with the foundation of Plexus. So that's been really awesome. But the other piece that's been great, kind of like Jordan said with her husband, Matt and I were stupid broke before this. Like when I say broke, okay, we had over $100,000 of consumer debt with credit cards, vehicles, student loans, all the things. He was in college. He made very little income, like very little. And we lived off of my single income, which is in corporate sales. So I made okay money, but floating 2 people with a Mount Everest of debt, it was very stressful. Our first year of marriage was incredibly painful. We fought all the time, and our date nights were Red Baron pizza, which were like $3.99 from Walmart, and a bottle of $2 Chuck, which is a $2 wine from Trader Joe's. and we would sit in the living room and we'd have our $5 dinner, and then we'd go to Target and he would say, okay, you can spend $10. And that was like the extent. And now I look back and I cherish it because it was so simple. But like our life has transformed in that we have a beautiful relationship because we're given space and we're given options and we're given freedoms now to do things that foster a healthy relationship. And so going on trips various times throughout the year on the company's dime have totally transformed our relationship. And just my ability to be a mother, because I'm not just drowning in diapers all day, every day. I get to do something outside of that. It's been incredible. So there you go.
This is the last thing I will say is, you know, the ability to get a housekeeper, y'all, has really eliminated so many fights in our house. Okay, Maddie, really quick, because I really feel like people just, because I know a lot of you guys don't even, like, you're not in Plexus. You don't know what all this is yet. And so, Maddie, can you just kind of tell us a little bit maybe how this has been a different experience for you than maybe another network marketing company you've done before? And not like in a way of like why you didn't like them, but like maybe what was different? What's different? Be sweet.
Well, yeah. Well, so I was actually with another MLM before this, and I want to say I was in it on and off for like probably 3 to 5 years, and now I've been doing Plexus for I started with the products over a year ago, and I've only been doing the business since the beginning of this year. But honestly, with the other company I was with, I felt like I was actually losing money. Like I would buy all these products and I'd have like decent results. I was kind of feeling okay, but not feeling like as good as I am now. But I swear it was losing money. I would like sell and lose money. And I just like it wasn't really sustainable for me because I didn't really, like I said, I wasn't feeling any better and I wasn't making money. Now with this, I immediately started seeing results within the first like few months of doing Plexus and just had to start sharing with people. And as soon as I saw the income opportunity, there was no way I wasn't gonna not do that because I wasn't losing money. I was actually making money. And to be fair, I think my first paycheck from Plexus was like $5.50, but that was at the beginning of the year. So now it's nice to see a paycheck come in, you know, once a month to just help with random like utility bills, or I have to get a new windshield on my car and I had to get new tires a few months ago, and it was nice to like not have to stress out about it. But yeah, I think seeing that the business actually works and that you can actually get a paycheck is what made a difference for me.
Yeah. Well, and what I love, y'all, is you can just start for the products. And if you do need to start I feel like I'm ending a sermon. If you need to come forward, if you do need to start products, the person that added you has a $20 off code that you can use. So they can save you money. Don't do what I did and just watch for 2 years. Y'all, I was so dumb, like so dumb. So just start, use the code. But if you want to get your products paid for, great, do that too. Obviously, you've heard that it's simple to do, but if you want more than that, that's there too. For me, I wanted to be a stay-at-home mom. I wanted all the trips. I wanted, you know, a lot more than just $500 a month. And then we hit the very top of the company in 3 years. We're going to do it again in the next probably year and a half, maybe 2 years max. And it's been a total blessing for so many women on this call. So I'm really excited for y'all to get started on your products. Talk to them about Triplex. And if you want to get your products paid for, just ask your friend, hey, how do I get my products paid for? I may not do it, but just tell me how to do it. Okay. All right. Thank you all for coming tonight. It was just over 30 minutes, but I kept really close. So we'll see y'all later.